Picture this, a nondescript building shrouded in secrecy, ticking clocks, hushed whispers, and the faint glow of radium dials. Inside, a team of brilliant minds is engaged in a desperate race against time. They're poring over cryptic messages, deciphering hidden codes, and racing to unlock secrets that could change the course of the war. Every second counts. Lives hang in the balance, and the fate of nations teeters on the edge. They call him the father of modern computers, the man who cracked the unbreakable code. But his story is more than just about technology. It's a tale of courage, secrecy, and the enduring power of the human mind. This is the incredible story of Alan Turing and the birth of computer science. As the Second World War raged across Europe, the world was thrown into chaos. Amidst the turmoil, the German military had deployed a machine called Enigma, a near-impenetrable cipher that threatened to turn the tide of the war. Its advanced encryption capabilities left Allied forces baffled, struggling to decipher the enemy's secret messages. But hidden away in a top-secret facility, a small team led by the enigmatic Alan Turing was quietly working on a solution. Their mission? Crack the unbreakable code. By the time World War II rolled around, Germany was already a formidable force. Its military and diplomatic communications were encrypted using a machine known as the Enigma, which was so complex that even its inventors believed it to be unbreakable. This posed a significant challenge for the Allies, who desperately needed to know what Germany was planning next. But while the world thought the Enigma code was unbreakable, Turing believed otherwise. He saw a glimmer of hope in the nearly identical Polish cipher, which hinted at a way to break through the Enigma's complexity. In December 1932, Turing and his friend Gordon Welchman presented their findings to the British government, outlining a potential method to crack the Enigma code. Despite the promising lead, the British government didn't take immediate action, caught up in a web of bureaucracy and skepticism. It wasn't until the following year that they finally conceded, setting up a secret facility called Bletchley Park to decode the Enigma messages. Turing was placed in charge, given a team of 8,000 people and an annual budget of £750,000. At first, the task seemed daunting. There were millions of possible solutions to the Enigma code, and the team was struggling to make progress. But then something remarkable happened. Inspired by the Polish breakthroughs, Turing devised a plan to build a machine called the bomb, a device that would automate the process of finding the Enigma's keys. It was a brilliant move that laid the groundwork for modern computers. As Turing and his team worked tirelessly, they faced numerous challenges, from skeptical officials to mechanical issues with their bomb machine. But they pressed on, driven by the belief that every message they decoded could save countless lives. As the war dragged on, the stakes grew higher, and so did the pressure on Turing and his team. But they persevered, driven by a sense of duty and a thirst for knowledge. In doing so, they made an invaluable contribution to the war effort. It is estimated that the breaking of the Enigma code shortened the war by 2 years, potentially saving millions of lives. But the impact of their work went far beyond the battlefield. The techniques and technologies developed at Bletchley Park laid the foundation for modern cryptography and computer science. Yet despite their monumental contributions, the men and women who worked there remain largely unknown for decades. So how exactly did Alan Turing and his team crack the Enigma code? At the heart of the Enigma's complexity lay three key components: the plug board, the rotor, and the reflector. Together, they created a labyrinth of encryption that made it incredibly difficult to decipher messages. However, for all its complexity, the Enigma had a weakness. It was only truly random when generating its initial key settings, which meant that if the Allies could figure out these settings, they could decrypt any message. This insight provided the crucial lead that Turing and his team needed. By creating a machine that could mimic the Enigma's workings, they embarked on a race against time to break the unbreakable. The resulting innovation, the bomb, was an electromechanical device designed to test thousands of Enigma key settings. At lightning speed, it was essentially an early computer, a machine capable of performing complex calculations much faster than any human. Once the bomb was up and running, it was able to quickly narrow down the possible solutions, allowing the code breakers to focus on a smaller set of more likely candidates. This process involved a lot of trial and error, but thanks to the bomb's speed, it was now feasible. With each successful solution, the team inched closer to cracking the Enigma code, reading the messages that could help them anticipate Germany's next move. The pressure was intense, the stakes were high, but Turing and his team were relentless in their pursuit of answers. They continued to refine their techniques and improve their machines, determined to stay one step ahead of the Germans. The efforts of Turing and his team culminated in one of the most iconic moments of the war, the Battle of the Atlantic. As German U-boats disrupted shipping lanes, the Allies were losing badly. But with the help of Enigma code breakers, the tide began to turn. When the Germans declared war on the United States in 1941, the battle intensified. The Atlantic became a virtual minefield of U-boat activity, posing a grave threat to the flow of supplies and reinforcements to Britain. For the Allies, staying one step ahead of the Germans was crucial for survival. Thanks to Turing's relentless pursuit of answers, the Allies were now able to track German submarines, increasing their chances of survival and delivering a much-needed blow to the German war effort. Yet despite the urgency of the war effort, there were those who tried to discredit Turing's work. Skeptics argued that the Enigma code was too complex to be broken, dismissing the possibility of success. Even after the first successful decrypts, some still refused to believe that the unbreakable code had been cracked. They claimed that the messages were merely lucky guesses, refusing to accept the implications of a successful cryptanalysis. This disbelief highlights the extraordinary nature of Turing's achievement. His work was met with skepticism and doubt, but he persevered. With each successful decipher, he proved his doubters wrong, establishing beyond doubt that the Enigma code had indeed been cracked. Turing's legacy extends far beyond his wartime achievements. His pioneering work in computer science laid the foundation for many of the technologies we rely on today. After the war, he continued to push the boundaries of what was possible, exploring the potential of artificial intelligence. Unfortunately, his contributions were often overlooked and underappreciated during his lifetime. Turing was prosecuted for homosexuality, a crime at the time in the UK, forcing him into exile. Despite this injustice, his work continued to pave the way for future generations of scientists and engineers. Today, his contributions are celebrated and his story serves as an inspiration for anyone who dares to challenge the status quo. One can only wonder what might have happened if Turing and his team had failed in their mission to crack the Enigma code. The war could have dragged on for longer, leading to even greater loss of life and destruction. The impact on the outcome of the war and the course of history itself could have been immeasurable. But thankfully, Turing's brilliance and determination prevailed. His story is a testament to the power of the human mind and the importance of pursuing knowledge in the face of adversity. But the impact of Turing's work goes beyond the realm of war and technology. His story raises profound questions about the nature of intelligence, the ethics of artificial intelligence, and the treatment of those who dare to be different. Turing's prosecution for homosexuality was a tragic injustice that tarnished the legacy of a brilliant mind. It serves as a reminder of the importance of tolerance, understanding, and acceptance of those who are different. As we look back on the incredible story of Alan Turing, we are reminded of the power of the human mind and the importance of embracing diversity in all its forms. His story is a beacon of hope and inspiration for anyone who has ever faced adversity or dared to challenge the status quo. So let us continue to celebrate the legacy of this extraordinary man and ensure that his story is never forgotten. Thank you for joining me on this journey through time and technology. If you enjoyed this episode, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more thrilling tales of history's hidden heroes. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.